He didn't threaten you, right? No, I didn't even speak to the guy. Not a single word. Please don't ever address people like that again. Thank God I stayed in my car, zipped my mouth, and didn't even get involved because that was straight up harassment. People tailing you, filming every move, trying everything just to push you to your limit. And does that dude even live in Dalton? Nope, just another clout chaser trying to turn likes into legitimacy spinning fake. Stories causing chaos for clicks. You think your boss would even recognize him? Not a chance. It's just another wannabe content creator who thinks causing scenes equals a career. And now, sitting smack in the middle of this circus, Tiffany Henyard, mayor of Dalton, Illinois, neck deep. In scandal? Drowning in backlash? Why? Because brand new Bodycam footage just hit the internet, and it shows federal agents placing her in handcuffs. Yeah, you heard that right. Arrested. This didn't come out of thin air. The red flags have been flying for months. But now, it's all hitting the fan. The charges, corruption, abuse of power. Lie after lie. And no, this isn't just Facebook. Gossip. This is federal level heat. Real consequences. Real fallout. The people of Dalton. Done. They've been demanding justice for months, and now every skeleton is crawling out of the closet. Years of deception, dirty politics, and flat-out illegal behavior. And those three loyal clowns always standing behind her, please. Not. Even trying to act like they're competent. They ramble like they're the smartest people in the room, but it's just noise. Useless, confused noise. And every time Henyard speaks, it's obvious. This is not someone built to run a city. It's not even close. Whispers about her arrest had been swirling for weeks. And let's be real, everyone saw it coming. Now it's confirmed. Reports say the FBI stepped in, and the woman who thought she could do no wrong may be on her way to a federal prison cell. The investigation kicked off back in November, and since then, the walls have been closing in fast. Subpoenas left and right, what they're digging up. It's not just bad, it's explosive. It's fraud, reckless spending, shady backdoor deals, it's all surfacing now. Just last week, Dalton residents flooded the streets with a protest they called Take Our Town Back. That title says it all. The people are exhausted. They're not waiting anymore. And this isn't even her first time in handcuffs. Her last arrest for allegedly getting into someone's car without permission. But this time, well, she's staring. Down 22 criminal charges. Not to 22. That's not scandal. That's a total implosion. Even her own lawyer backed out apparently because she couldn't afford to pay him. Meanwhile, Dalton's drowning in a $20 million deficit. This is what happens when someone unqualified gets handed real power and treats an entire town like their personal playground. Let's talk facts. Henyard got elected mayor in 2021. Sure, but her real money comes from her second role township. Supervisor. That job alone pulls in over $220,000 a year. And how'd she snag it? The previous supervisor passed away and she swooped in like a hawk. Then to lock it down, she passed a rule slashing the salary of any potential opponent to just $25,000 from $220K. $2 to $5K just to block challengers. That's not leadership. It's a hostile takeover. It's gotten so bad that the town had to bring in a former Chicago official paying $400 an hour just to start cleaning up the wreckage. That's how deep this goes. It's how badly things have crumbled. But now, it finally feels like the tide is turning. It's delays and dodging. It's moving fast. It's dodging, it's moving fast. And for the first time in years, there's actual hope for accountability. Some town officials who've been sounding the alarm for ages are finally breathing again now that the feds have stepped in. The FBI is doing what no one else would, trying to save this town from the very person who was supposed to protect it. They've been pointing to millions of missing taxpayer dollars. No receipts, no explanations. Just gone. Oh. The investigation is unpeeling layer after layer. Fraud, embezzlement, abuse of public funds. This isn't politics. It's personal gain disguised as public service. Tiffany ran Dalton like it was her personal ATM. Let's be clear, this isn't just about small-town drama. This is a real-life warning. This is what happens when you hand unchecked power to someone with no business leading anything. The fallout is real. The damage is deep. The community's broken, and the town is bankrupt. And in breaking news straight out of Illinois, the FBI officially raided both Dalton and Thornton Township. Court-ordered subpoenas were issued, and federal agents seized documents tied directly to Henyard's alleged corruption. That report came straight from ABC 7 News. They grabbed employee files, police records, financial statements, all of it part of an ongoing federal probe inside her own administration. Henyard's been catching heat from her counsel, loud public pushback. In a recent interview, she said she's innocent, blamed haters and enemies. But this isn't some social media feud anymore. This is way past that. The council even brought in former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, also a former U.S. attorney, to lead an independent investigation. The accusations are stacking. One city employee says Henyard sexually assaulted him during a work trip to Vegas. Others say they were fired without reason or never got paid at all. This mess, it's not slowing down. It's accelerating. And those 3 followers who echo her every word, still clueless, they don't get it. They think repeating talking points counts as leadership. But the public's done listening. It's over. The damage is already done. And the fact that someone like Henyard, who talks like she's running a gossip podcast, is actually the mayor of a real town, it's straight up terrifying. When the FBI showed up, she was reportedly on site while agents ran live interviews. And get this, she's also accused of using Dalton PD officers for her personal errands. One former police chief said she had officers acting as private chauffeurs, driving her around on taxpayer time, not for work, not for safety, just luxury. And it paints a clear picture. This woman wasn't working for the people. She was working for herself, more and more. She's being described as one of the most dishonest, self-serving public officials the town has ever known. And multiple reports say she ran her office like a dictatorship, bullying colleagues, silencing critics, and firing anyone who dared push back. Across the nation, Tiffany Henyard has become one of the most talked about and most controversial public figures in recent memory. As mayor of a small Illinois town, her leadership has sparked outrage from every corner of her community. And why? Because she's been spending public money like it's monopoly cash. Let's start with this. She cruises around Dalton flanked by a private security detail that burns through nearly $250,000 a year in taxpayer money. But that's just scratching the surface. Reports say she's plastered her face across giant billboards, branded government buildings and vehicles with her name, and even released a 2024 calendar with her own birthday highlighted, as if she's some kind of celebrity. While she lives like royalty, she's also quietly rigging the rules to hold on to power. Her current salary? About $225,000 a year. But she passed a law slashing the salary of anyone who tries to run against her, down to just $25,000, a 90% pay cut just to scare off competition. And still, opponents are stepping up to take her on. But the cost of her rule isn't just financial, it's emotional. It's the people of Dalton. This isn't just bad leadership, it's betrayal. One woman who had stayed silent for decades finally came forward. After 20, maybe 30 years, she said she couldn't keep quiet if her worst fears ever came true. And now, she's speaking not just for herself, but for every woman who's been ignored, mistreated, or pushed aside. After years of trauma and depression and leaning on faith for strength, she says, enough is enough. Those who worked closest to Henyard say she always needed staff nearby, always wanted their opinions while juggling meetings, calls, and plans. One assistant shared a moment before a scheduled work trip. She told Henyard, May 21st is my 31st birthday. I've never been to Vegas. Even if it's for work, just being there would mean something to me. She wasn't looking for fun, a chance. But with Henyard, emotions shift fast. In a now viral meltdown, she screamed at city officials, I'm the leader. She claimed people only wanted to hear from her, not anyone else. But the rant didn't show strength, it exposed instability. Then came the bombshell. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot released a scathing report detailing how Henyard abused public funds, wasting money meant for residents on luxury perks and questionable expenses. We're talking five-star hotels, high-end meals at Ruth's, Chris and Bubba Gump Shrimp Co., all under the excuse of official conferences. And yes, she even showed up to a town meeting wearing a Bubba Gump hat. Right after getting grilled about that Vegas trip, when reporters asked if she actually went to Vegas, she first said, "What is that?" Then she fumbled and said, "Of course I do." Asked if taxpayers paid for the trip, or if she flew first class, she dodged the question again. The whole exchange was beyond bizarre. It felt like a satire skit. But this is real life. Then, breaking news, federal agents raided both the village of Dalton and Thornton Township. Armed with court-ordered subpoenas, the FBI seized financial records, employee files, and police reports all tied to corruption allegations against Henyard. And while she continues to blame political enemies, this is no longer just a smear campaign. This is a full-blown federal investigation. Her own counsel brought in former U.S. Attorney Lori Lightfoot to lead an independent probe. The list of accusations is exploding, the most disturbing. A staffer says Henyard sexually assaulted her during that same Las Vegas trip. Others claim they were never paid or illegally fired. All while Henyard allegedly manipulated finances and crushed opposition, and even as she stood on live television denying everything. The FBI was reportedly already deep in the background listening, watching, building the case. This isn't just politics. This is survival. For the people of Dalton, it's about ending a cycle of corruption that has dragged their town to the edge. Now the only question left is, how much damage will Tiffany Henyard leave behind when her reign finally collapses?